And we are back once again, and also great to have you guys on the show. And also, we'll be tuning in for more great stuff as well, because we are actually talking about how pop culture and also travel have put their hands together in marriage. All right. And like most of the time we actually want to be like, like have a lot of things going on. So when it comes to a time where we want to be like, we just need some time to do that, and we just need some time to keep moving forward. All right, we just need to always remember that pop culture is also something that actually helps people to motivate themselves. Okay, pop culture is not just for businesses. Pop culture is not just for something that we all do just to make sure that we have a balance in our life. Be like, okay, just scrolling. Pop culture is done, and then work. Okay, that's done. Sometimes some pop culture. All right, pop culture is the new business. All right, we actually do have a lot of things that are going on right now, but people are wondering why does pop culture, especially TikTok, okay, especially TikTok, right? People have understood that pop culture runs the world. TikTok, especially TikTok, runs the entire world. Okay, now pop culture, right, especially on a TikTok, everything is a TikTok now. Do you ever hear me saying Facebook, or even like Instagram? No, because everything has changed now. Now the big guy in town is Mr. TikTok. Okay, he is the big guy in town. Right, he is definitely the guy, and also he controls the travel industry. He controls the businesses. Okay, TikTok is everything right now. Okay, even for 15 seconds, all right, just putting a small video of your TikTok can help you get more businesses, get more followers. Just make sure the content is good and eye catching, just something like that. Like I told you, I was going through TikTok, 1 minute to 15 seconds long, and suddenly there was just one random rule like and then I'm like, what? That's what caught my attention. Okay, not the 15-second one, not the 10-second, not even the 8-second one. It would be just the 2-second one. Be like, oh, it's simple as that, right? I mean, that is why we actually have to be like, see, we have to be more creative. TikTok is all about being creative. All right, you have a lot of options. Do you have transition videos? That's why suddenly we are going to be like, we're doing some the random dance suddenly, and then suddenly the transition just happens, and you're going to be like, wait a minute, this person was not this person a few minutes ago. What happened? Oh my goodness, what a beauty! Oh wow! And it's just going to be like that. That's how TikTok is, right? TikTok is all about learning how to do transition videos, learning how to be on time, like timed up and stuff, right? And that's how it is. And then but right, we actually take travel, we take and also we take pop culture together. People would want to go show where they are going, right? Although you would be like telling your friends, this weekend, don't call me. Okay, I'm taking some time off for myself. I don't want anyone to know where I am. I don't want anyone to know that I am here. I'm just going to take this weekend for myself. I'm just telling you, don't worry about me. This weekend I will be totally fine, but I will just take some time for myself. Next thing you know, it's on their stories on Instagram or stories on Facebook and TikTok, right? Everything is there. And next thing you know, didn't this person want to like stay to herself or something? Keep this up. Sometimes they would do, right? They would actually do that, but the next day they would come and be like, "Huh, this is where I went." Okay, so this is not much of a free time, no? Because like you understand, there are some things that you want to cherish yourself, right? There are some things that you want to be like, let's have this time to be more have this time to be more like, I don't know, just for ourselves, to show that we can actually, well, how would I put this one, taking the time to actually show ourselves that we are worth it for ourselves. Okay, I mean, we can be worth it for a lot of people. Okay, sometimes we put ourselves so much down, we put ourselves down so much that we forget that we are actually humans. But everyone is telling us, you, you're a great guy, you're a wonderful person, right? And but then you all are going to be like, man, I just feel so horrible, just feel like a terrible person right now. And I'm just going to be like, you know something that maybe Maybe no one wants to actually have spend time with you, because if you think that, you would overthink it, right? You would think for the entire day, man, not even one single friend has actually sent me a message, and you just think to yourself, are you good enough, right? This is why you need the time for yourself, okay? To have the time, even if for a day, all right? Take the time. If you want to sleep, take it up, okay? If you want to sleep for 24 hours, go ahead, sleep for 24 hours. That's not going to stop you once in a while. I mean, if you sleep for 24 hours at a stretch, that means, my friend, you really do need some sleep in your life, right? uh, we got places to go, and also places to be to, because like this will also help us. It will also help us have a better timing, and also better understanding of the world, and that that we have to have travel, in especially travel, okay, in our lives, so much that we understand that pop culture, especially pop culture, and also travel have combined themselves, all right, have combined themselves so much, like it's now the same thing. Because I mean, you don't get ideas without friends who put it up on their on the trending stuff, all right, trending videos of doing this, what about rolling down, and then let's go differently to another place, all right. That song has hit so much, you understand that song is now like a travel song, okay. Okay, this person with the couple are just taking the selfie video right now, what about rolling down, and that deep, man. And after what you go, they're suddenly, oh wow, they're underwater, and they're like, damn, they're underwater. All right, they were just suddenly just walking down the street, and then suddenly they just did this, and then next thing you know, they're underwater, right? Hey, that's how much TikTok has actually changed. Okay, and I'm being very specific here. Changed the entire world. Okay, people actually go the distance right now to make sure that they make that best TikTok video ever to show to people. All right, it's all about that. Either way, whether we like it or not, most of us, okay, love to be famous, right? We love so much to be famous, right? And most of the time, we want. Sometimes, yeah, there are times where, okay, today I don't want anyone to know me, right? And then there'll be a certain time they'll be like, oh, today's the day, today's my day. I'm gonna be the most famous guy in the world, and then in the evening I'm gonna be like, you know what? That thought scares me. I really don't want to do that. When it comes to actually having a more certain, more time with yourself, okay, especially time where you just need to, like, basically, sit back, relax, and just watch what just happens. You're just gonna be, if that helps you relax, then you should go for it, right? Go for a lot of things, and then see to yourself that, well, I am going to be the best version of myself, but I need to rest. So traveling, okay, traveling to places like, especially places like to meditate, okay, and you can also show people that, okay, this is what they taught us. They told us to do this. All right, we've put our hands together. We've never done that before. Okay, we've never done before. Okay, now breathe in and breathe out. Okay, you're done. Yeah, it's exactly that's simple. You're just looking for a time to breathe. All right, you are letting go of all distractions right now, and you're just gonna be like, okay, I just need some time to breathe. I just need some time to breathe. I'm gonna breathe now. Okay, I am going to breathe, breathe, breathe. That's exactly what it is. Meditation is not just about showing that you have the chance to actually be positive, like, traveling is meditation. Okay, you don't have to sit in one place and just do this and be like, oh no. You don't actually need that, right? You can always just be very, um you're gonna be you're gonna be most of the time, you're just gonna be like, you know what, I'm just gonna just you're basically being taught, you're being taught here to breathe, right? You're gonna be like, okay, so this is some yoga class. Okay, this is how you make your wellness. This is how you get away your negativity. And okay, now sit down. Okay, good. Sit down. Now put your hands together. Now breathe through your nose. Breathe in and then you're expected to go to some universe kind of place. Oh, and then now breathe out. Okay, you are done. And you're going to be like, excuse me? Exactly. At the start, you won't understand what she's talking about. You're going to be like, this was a waste of time. And then you're going to be like, wait a minute. This person is telling me, this person is teaching me right now to understand. This is what you need to do in life, to breathe. Take a moment take a moment in time to just get back, okay? Sit back, put your arms together or stretch them out and then be like, breathe. It's very simple, right? Exactly. People actually find this very difficult to do because they are going to be like, oh, I can't breathe. My goodness, I have work to do. If I breathe, I'm wasting my time. But then you're like, no, I don't think you are, bro. I really don't think you are. All right. So people are going to have all the excuses in the world to be like, no, I don't want to breathe. I don't want to breathe. I don't want to breathe. But then you're going to be like, yeah, bro, listen. Just listen right here, okay? You are going to need more time to be more relaxed, okay? Because people always tell you have such potential, okay? You have potential to keep going. I mean, if you think that no, it's just only for some people, okay, you're going to be like, well, no, it's not, okay? You do have potential. You are just blocked away. And then what you are going to do is, it's going to be actually quite simple. You are going to be, you're going to put your mind at ease, okay, for a weekend or two. And then you're going to be like, okay, this is what I need right now. I need some pop culture. I need some things. What do I really need to do? All right. Where do I need to go to do this? Right. You want to do a TikTok? If you want to do a TikTok or something, just go for it. Right? Go and do the TikTok. Don't worry about what your friends are going to say. Oh, you finally got into the dance move, huh? Have you? I'm like, and you're going to be like, yeah, I have. It actually makes me more at peace with myself. Oh, really? Does it now? We'll be back with more as we move along right here on Relax Radio. This is The Vibe with me, Kyle, till 12 a.m.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh. So that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful? I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, got me thinking, you want to stand out. Why do you want to stand out though so much, especially with these kind of shirts when you're writing? There must be a purpose behind it, right?
Well, when you say a purpose, Nick, what I do, I wear the shirts mainly, one, because they're nice and bright. So they make me visible, especially if I'm riding on the road.
Okay. That's very important, right? Because you want cars, yeah.
Very important. And also, like, people see me in, like, cafes, and perhaps I shouldn't be saying this on here, I suppose, but in the bar afterwards.
All right.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh. So that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful? I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, you look like a guy who would do.
You know me too well. You know me too well, Nick.
One of the easiest ways to increase your net worth is to ensure that you have higher cash flows. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to not buy things on hire purchase, not buy things over months and months because you can't afford them now, but you want it. It's kind of that delayed gratification. Rather than buy that couch, that car, that stereo, that computer, whatever item, and pay it off over 12, 24, 36 months at an interest rate, rather invest that money, make do with what you've got, and then after 12, 24, 36 months, take the money that you've now invested and buy that good. An asset could be anything that appreciates or reduces a tax bill. So it could still be a liability, but it reduces their tax bill. And I'm not going to go into the technicalities because that's out of our remit here. However, for our use or our purpose, what we are talking for the listeners here is I would put this definition of an asset forward. An asset is anything that increases your income. Anything.
Now, there's a lot of conversation around who pays more taxes, if it is the rich or if it is the poor, right? When you are basically going out and during a day, if you go to a restaurant, you have to pay taxes there. If you buy a car, you have to pay taxes there. So why is it even a conversation that, the rich pay less taxes or the poor pay more taxes? Why is it a conversation like that?
Because it's true, the rich generally pay less tax. A rich person walks into a Tesco's or a Sainsbury's, they're not going to get a different bill than another person, right? They're still going to pay the same VAT on those goods. They're still going to pay the same thing. So that's all the same. However, the differences come in if you can pay yourself from your own company, you can structure it in a way that you pay less income tax through paying a bit of salary, paying dividends and so forth, and then also deferring income. Also, your pension payments or contributions can be different. So that increases your tax sort of gap, if you want to use it that way. Where a PAYE person just gets paid salary and bonus. And now those are the most highly taxed sources of income in the UK, definitely, in the UK.
Welcome back to the show. This is The Vibe with yours truly, Kyle, till 12 a.m. Till 12 a.m. Okay. And so we've been having some interesting topics to talk about regarding pop culture and travel, both combined, actually. And the reason is because, like pop culture, okay, when it comes to movies, okay, something that's always trending is something like the places of Harry Potter, all right, Hogwarts, as we say, is also a place that everyone wants to go to because school kids, all right, children, when we were in school and when Harry Potter was still going on, right, we would be like, what's it like to be a wizard? You're a wizard, Harry. What's it like at all? Right? I mean, what's it like to be a part of a place where that gives you so much of food? Okay, if you're a foodie, you'll want to go and eat that amount of food on that table, right? I'm like, so many chicken wings, right? And so many chickens and oh my goodness, so many desserts and just unlimited desserts, and it's all done by magic. And when you want to think what that would actually be like, right? You would want to be like, okay, I really need to do this one. But when it comes to a certain thing, okay, when it comes to going for movies, when you visit these places, have you noticed that you're just completely forgetting about your life? Okay, when you watch Harry Potter, you just want either you want to be Harry Potter or you just want to be someone else there. You just want to be with Harry Potter. I want to be a part of the wizard army. All right. I just want to go to Hogwarts. I just want to have a little tiny stick and just wave it. I want to, yeah, right. Little tiny stick and all that. That will save you. Little tiny sticks can't do anything, son. So basically, you can but thing is, that's what we all want, right? We all want to live in a magical world where everything is possible. That everything that can be done so easily. Wingardium Leviosa. And then you're going to be having something, no, it's not Wingardium Leviosa, right? People are just going to be acting like, you're not saying the spell right? I mean, what kind of a world would that be like? Be like, what are you doing, right? You're like, well, no, I'm trying to lift this feather from the table with this stick of mine. And then you're going to be like, well, someone's watching a bit too much of Harry Potter. So when it comes to actually having a lot of things like basically having thoughts of going to places where you always love to be, like famous places like places such as well to places of movies, movies that you love like Harry Potter, and also if you're a TV series fan, Merlin. Okay, it was filmed right here also in the UK. Also now that's a I love that series. Okay, it's 5 seasons, and also the the view of it, the places it has been, and also the places where it has been filmed are amazing. It's actually like you are back there. Okay, there is nothing off about it. It's all about dragons, it's all about witchcraft, it's all about sorcery, it's all about warlocks and witches and everything. It's basically all about King Arthur. Okay, the main king that we all love and know is King Arthur, right? So what can we do? Exactly, we can actually have a better time and understanding of why we love these movies, because we want to get away from reality. Okay, we want to be a part of the movie world. All right, we want to be a part of Merlin, we want to be a part of Harry Potter, and we want to be most of the time be well be more not this life. We don't want to be a part of this life. Okay, we want to be something like, I want more, right? I really want more. I really want to be in this kind of world where it's just magic all around, and it's just like everything's going to be like, it's going to be okay. I'm just going to be like, if someone's bullying me, I'm going to be like experiment, what, experience or something, right? Or something, or stupefy. Right. So I'm not that much of a Harry Potter fan. For all the Harry Potter fans listening in, I am sorry. Okay, but you get my picture, right? I mean, the fans especially. Okay, you would want to have that kind of feeling. In school times, you would just get something from eBay. Get the wand from eBay and just come to your friend, go to your friends during school time and just be like, okay, you and I, yeah, you and I, let's have a duel. All right, of which I don't know, a duel as well. Let's see who wins. Exactly. And then some they're gonna be acting like, you can't hurt me. You're like, hey, dude, play along. All right, fine. But this is life. Okay, we pretend who we want to be. Okay, we pretend to be like Harry Potter, we pretend to be like Merlin, some of us pretend to be like King Arthur, and then some of us pretend to be like Guinevere, and then most of the time we want to be like Hermione Granger also. But people actually have to understand that life is just another place that you want to understand. Okay, understand, and also have a better understanding of life. But then also imagination. Okay, your imagination, the one that you want, right? If I want to think that that I'm having a person right here, okay, and he's just going to be maybe Merlin or Harry Potter, or like Ronald Weasley, even, or even the cat from Harry Potter would be here, right? Or even the dragon from Merlin. Well, that would be weird. That would be actually exciting, actually. But that's what I would want, right? I would want to have a chat with John Hurt from the dragon from Merlin. Okay, and I would want to ask you, what was it like, you know, being the dragon, okay, being the main dragon that no one can destroy. You're like, oh, so that will be so much power. That's what I would think. That's a really bad John Hurt impersonation. It's sort of like the Joker, the way I went. But no man, no matter how great, can know his destiny. Nope, I'm still going Joker. But anyway, those are the kind of things that we always want to think, right? We want to be like, with the way he spoke. Okay, his words were, his voice was so inspiring, and we just want to be a part of that. When Merlin started, he was just a guy who was just walking on the street, and then John Hurt would be like, "No man, no matter how great, can know his destiny." It was just like that, and those words would just catch you, and you're like, "Hey, what? That was amazing. All right, I want to know more about this one." Okay, Merlin, okay, is the most strongest sorcerer during King Arthur's time. All right, he was also known as Emrys. And but the views from those point of view, like the where they had the battles, where they had the face-offs and everything, they would be like, hey, have basically be like, he's the greatest sorcerer in the world, but he doesn't believe in himself enough that he is that he's like, I can't do that. And the next thing he just, after the end of the episode, he's like, he does it already, like that. It was just because he can. Okay, he is the most strongest warlock ever to be born into that time, and he is now, he was also King Arthur's, not just his servant, okay, not just his servant or anything, but he was also his friend. He was also his well, what else can I say? That he was also his advisor. He was his protector. King Arthur Merlin was King Arthur's protector. Okay. Now I'm really not sure, but most of how the movie goes, but most of them actually be like, Merlin was just King Arthur's official sorcerer, all right, or his official warlock or something. But here it's like it's all about being his manservant, okay, who was hired as manservant, but he understands that he has to use magic to make sure Arthur becomes the king of Camelot, right? And so, I mean, knowing that and going to places like that where those were filmed, okay, will be like, wow, this is where Merlin saved Arthur from that ghost he was at. Oh wow, this is amazing. And then after, wait a minute, this is where Merlin was actually, but kept in chains and thrown vegetables at him because he was like, Merlin's a very sarcastic guy, right? Especially when it comes to Arthur, he's a very sarcastic guy. He's like, "Oh, really, my lord? Would you like anything else?" And you'll be like, "What? You can't talk to the king like that." But then after that, you're like, why not, right? The king seems like he's not bothered about it. I mean, he also, even a guy with such power, okay, a guy who has so much of things to do, all right, would be like, yeah, I guess I could use that here and there. And he's like, have you finished all the laundry? Yes, my lord, I have finished all the laundry. Have you finished asking about it? And you're gonna be like, okay, um, sure. Merlin, that's the best part about it. It was so well done, okay? It was so well done that he was funny and he can also be very serious at the same time, right? And King Arthur, well, let's just face it, he would be nothing without Merlin, all right? He would be like totally not into it. But thing is, he would actually lose himself. Okay, King Arthur would be dead at the first episode. He said if it wasn't for Merlin. All right, I mean, he was saying Merlin was saving King Arthur like every episode. Okay, he would always save him from different kinds of people. But then again, won't you like to go to that hallway? Okay, go to a visit. You don't have to go on a trip like to a hotel and be like, I want to be here, I want to be there. But then you're gonna be mostly like, hey, I want to be where the part where you were sitting on the throne and just looking at the people down, and you're just looking at the people and be like, I'm the king of Camelot, I'm the queen of Camelot. You just want to be there. You just want to be like, well, what's that feeling of that person? Being such a king, being such a queen, and being like looking down, looking not looking down, but looking at their people, okay, and being like, I rule this world, I rule Camelot. Okay, I'm the king of Camelot. All right, so don't you want to have that feeling? Sometimes, yes, so you have to get away from reality too. But this one, the best way to actually work for it is actually going to the TV series or the movie that you love to be in. So go to these places and also check them out, and also be like, you be your own Harry Potter, be your own Merlin, be your own Guinevere, be your own Hermione. Just go for it. All right. I mean, you have all the time in the world to keep doing that. Okay, you have all the time in the world, my dear friend. Okay, you have really all the time in the world, and just go there and just set your mind up. Okay, go back to the time where you actually, it feels like you first watched this movie for the first time and how excited you were, right? You are just gonna be like, wow, this is what I needed. All right, I just needed to be Hermione for a day. I just need to be Harry for a day. I just need to be Merlin for a day. I just need to be a King Arthur for at least a day to actually get me back to the life that I want to be in. Why not, right? Exactly. So most of the time that we would think that there is nothing that can actually save us from this mental trauma that we are in called reality, we actually just forget that there are actual times where people would actually be like, okay, we need to go back to the time where, we are watching movies all the time and are expecting a lot of things out of people, like, but then again, we would want to expect a lot of people, like, just by watching a movie with them. So this time, to actually live the way you want to, why don't you actually, set up a day where you can, hey, let's go to a Camelot. Your friend's gonna be like, what are you talking about? Camelot, bro, like in Merlin. Let's go there. Let's go and have some time there. Let's save some, I don't know, maybe have some memories there. Let's just see what's it like to be Merlin for a day, or King Arthur for a day, or even Guinevere for a day, okay? Or Harry Potter, go there. I mean, we all have that facility right here, so we might as well go for it. I mean, why not, right? We'll be back with more, and also got some exciting more places to talk about as well, and also how pop culture has combined with travel. This is the Relaxed Radio, and this is the Vibe once again with myself, Kyle, till 12 a.m.
Now, there's a lot of conversation around who pays more taxes, if it is the rich or if it is the poor, right? When you are basically going out and during a day, you go to a restaurant, you have to pay taxes there. You buy a car, you have to pay taxes there. So why is it even a conversation that, the rich pay less taxes or the poor pay more taxes? Why is it a conversation like that?
Because it's true, the rich generally pay less tax. A rich person walks into a Tesco's or a Sainsbury's, they're not going to get a different bill than another person, right? They're still going to pay the same VAT on those goods, they're still going to pay the same thing. So that's all the same. However, the differences come in if you can pay yourself from your own company, you can structure it in a way that you pay less income tax through paying a bit of salary, paying dividends and so forth, and then also deferring income. Also, your pension payments or contributions can be different. So that increases your tax sort of gap, if you want to use it that way. Where a PAYE person just gets paid salary and bonus. And now those are the most highly taxed sources of income in the UK, definitely, in the UK. We've seen it, right? If an owner of a large public traded company does something wrong, irrelevant of what that company does or how valuable that company is, the stock generally falls into a pool of nothing, right? Because in a public company where the stock is traded openly on the stock exchange, the value of that stock is driven by supply and demand, it's driven by emotion, it's driven by news, it's driven by quite a lot of variables over and above the actual accounting or total net worth of that company. I mean, we've seen it, right? If an owner of a large public traded company does something wrong, irrelevant of what that company does or how valuable that company is, the stock generally falls into a pool of nothing, right? And the company may still have value, it may still be doing quite a good thing.
welcome back. As we tune in also for more stuff regarding travel and also pop culture, and also those two being together, right? They've actually married themselves to. This is what I actually mean by uh, pop culture and travel marries. When the wedding of pop culture and travel happened right after lockdowns. Okay, right after the big lockdowns where people just want to go everywhere, where they knew that oh wow, people would actually love to see these new places. Okay, actually not new, because we've been out for so long, we couldn't travel for so long. We want to be out there, making sure that like people out there are going to be like, hey, we're doing this now, okay, and we can do this once again, but we need to be more careful, because that is how it is. This We have to be more careful with the world. We need to be more careful how we handle things. We need to be careful with what we touch. We need to be careful also from where we eat too. We need to be safe, right? We can't always, we have to have our mask on, right? That is a new thing now. We need to have, we need to take every precaution as well, sanitizers, and also whatever you can do to keep yourself safe. Just and also keep yourself immune. Take the doses, take the vaccines. All You can always have the time to call your own doctor and also to ask them, is which one do you think is good? Okay, I have this. I have my allergies. Talk to your personal doctor. You know my allergies. What do you think is is good for me? Which kind of vaccine is good for me? It's all up to you. But hey, end of the day, we need to get back to what we used to have, because we know we are all waiting for a time to travel once again in a very proper manner, right? We want to be all together, like travel every weekend. Don't worry about what kind of virus is there, or what place is also isolated so many times, right? We want to have that time, right? We miss it, we want it, and what we need to do is, well, we have to be patient. All right, there comes a time where we just can't take it anymore. We just can't actually do anything that we want to do, because of well, because of a lot of things, right? Because we can't do travel restrictions, okay, and also we can't be totally walking around here and there, because every time we go there, what if this person is actually positive and they don't even know it yet, right? And you don't even know it, and until it's too late, okay, you might think a lot of things, and you might actually go from being the most positive person to the most negative person, because you think that once you get the coronavirus, that your life will actually have to change for worse. But to be honest, it won't. All right, we just have to be very cautious. I mean, to be honest, it's okay to be very cautious, because you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your loved ones, you're protecting your family, so it's all good, right? Just accept it. Okay, I know, we understand. There was a time where we didn't have to worry about anything at all, but now we have to, right? That is the way of everything else. So we have to be like, most of the time, very concerned about what happens with our day-to-day needs. Okay, we can't have the same thing as last year, because we could have earned like a big salary in 2019. All right, but then after that we lost our jobs, because people started cutting people off, just to save the cost of the company, and bring it down to less. But then again, when people lost their jobs, they just couldn't find themselves anymore, right? So pop culture, TikTok, have all been taken a major thing. People sometimes actually, you actually understand that TikTok actually saved a person, okay, from drowning in depression. Okay, they wanted, every time you're in depression, you want something else to distract yourself, right? You want to get from one place to the other. You want to be from just, or not be like, oh, I'm depressed, I'm really depressed, I just can't do this anymore. No, you're not going to be like that all the time, because if you do that, your friends, your family are just going to be like, dude, either fix yourself or we're done. All right, your friends are never done with you, by the way. They'll always stick by you. Okay, they will always stick by you. But they're always going to be like, there's going to be a time where your friends are going to be like, you know what, we are going to leave you alone for a week until you fix yourself. Okay, the reason why they are telling you that, because you have the willpower, you have the commitment to actually say that, you know what, from tomorrow I will not be upset about this thing anymore. Okay, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, well, I don't know what else to say. It's gonna hurt for sure, but then after that, what's gonna happen is you're just gonna be totally in a depression state. Okay, so try as much to have that kind of life. Okay, don't try to always end things. Don't try to always be like, oh, I will postpone it. Everything can be fixed. All right, everything can be fixed. Repeat after me. Everything can be fixed. Very good. So remember to fix it. You are the fixer. You don't need a screwdriver. You don't need a hammer. You don't need a nail. You don't need anything at all. You can just go and actually just be yourself. All right, be yourself and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna heal myself. I'm gonna heal a lot of things, and I'm gonna heal myself completely, and I'm gonna be ready for the world. Exactly, my dear friend. You are definitely going to be ready for the entire world. Okay, so until then, well, just sit back, relax, and just look after yourself. And also remember that you should always tune into Relax Radio. As we know, we are just gonna like talk some random things with you. Okay, we talk about life here, right? We talk about everything that's happening in life. We talk about what's going on. We talk about what do you think about it. We want to let you guys know. We want especially you, all of you, to tell us, okay, that everything can be fixed. Okay, exactly. Aki also says everything can be fixed. Definitely everything can be fixed. Okay, especially everything else, right? Everything, if you can take your time. All right, it takes time to fix things. Okay, you can't fix it overnight. Some things you can, but not everything you can't, right? Everything can be fixed. All right, so remember, it just takes time, and all what you need to do is build your patience. All right, you build your patience with not just the situation, but you build your patience with people as well. Okay, there are some people out there who are just like, oh, are you actually worth it? Do I really need to do this with you right now? And you're gonna be like, well, you have to, right? You are going to be it's going to be a lot easy once you do that, and everything's going to be amazing. Okay, but be positive. All right, think that no matter where you travel, whether it's to Hogwarts, whether it's to Camelot, whether it's to other places, whether it's to even Sherlock Holmes, even, okay, where Sherlock Holmes was, just remember that it's going to help you. All right, movies are what helps people understand themselves more, right? What is your interest? Are you a Sherlock Holmes? All right, are you a King Arthur? Okay, are you a Harry Potter, or are you a Ron Weasley? What are you? Select your favorite character. Your favorite character says a lot about you. Okay, so make sure, right, you understand who your character is and not try to live them. Okay, I'm pretty sure your character still has been successful in whatever they're doing. Okay, especially when it comes to Harry Potter and Merlin. All of them, the good ones, have actually succeeded. All right. Also, Aki Minion says, definitely Arthur. Exactly. Everyone's a King Arthur. All right. Everyone's a Queen Guinevere. Right. Everyone is going to have to choose, like, we are going to live like kings. We are going to live like queens. We are going to live like there is no tomorrow. All right. Everything is a new day. Every day is a new day. Every day is a present. So that is why it's called a gift. We'll be back with more hits, actually more hits of the pop culture, more hits of travel destinations. So we'll see. Let's see. Let's have more as well as we talk about more things exciting regarding pop culture and also travel. I'll catch you in a bit.
Climb Mount Everest. That is one of that's in my bucket list. You're laughing, but that is the facts right there. I'd love to do that. That is something I'm looking forward to do, hopefully.
Climb Everest.
Mount Everest. I mean, okay, not the very tip of Mount Everest, maybe the base camp at least.
They're talking about mental health. Well, if you went out and got some exercise in the fresh air, that will improve your mental health. It will make you feel better.
That's true. That is true. I wholeheartedly agree. But then for some people, it's how do you find the motivation to, especially when it comes to riding a bicycle, to do it again and again and again and again? It's a cycle that you have to be used to. How do you do it? What makes you wake up in the morning and decide, hey, I'm going to pick my bike up today. I'm going to cycle. What makes you want to do that?
What makes me want to do that?
Yeah. What do you like? What could you give listeners, like people listening in right now? What kind of tip could you give them?
Well, the first tip I would give them, if you haven't tried it before, try it. It can open up new horizons. It'll make you fitter. It will definitely make you fitter. Cycling is one of the best forms of aerobic exercise you can do.
It sounds like, I mean, if you think about it, yeah, it sounds like great fun. Because what essentially you're trying to say is also at the same time, when you, if you look at it from this perspective, with regards to mental health, especially when you look at it with mental health, this is another way to fight it. You know, I feel like you go outside, you meet more people, you interact with, you know, socially, you will interact with more people, and you know, you're keeping fit, you're making connections, you're breathing in the good and exhaling the bad. I feel like that's a great thing right there.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got a better way with words than I have, I'll tell you. But you're quite right. What you say there. You're quite right.
I mean, I've been doing this for quite some time. I mean, hey, you'll get the hang of it.
I've been doing it for about 10 minutes now, so yeah.
That I can never really understand people staying in one room the whole day when you can have the world to see. I am a traveler. I travel. I love traveling. Traveling is just one of the things I do. And yeah, on top of my bucket list was, you know, to one time, you know, hopefully when I get there, go to Nepal and climb Mount Everest. That is one of that's in my bucket list. You're laughing, but that is the facts right there. I'd love to do that. That is something I'm looking forward to do, hopefully.
Climb Everest.
Mount Everest. I mean, okay, not the very tip of Mount Everest, maybe the base camp at least.
Base camp, yeah.
At least.
Would you be able to cycle there?
Oh.
The valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday. And what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. What am I saving or investing for? Why am I doing it? When will I need the money? And how much money do I need? Yeah. So that's quite important, because when you're looking at your net worth, you got to start with saying, well, what do I want my net worth to be, so that there's a goal, and then work backwards. How do I get there? And if I can start with £50 or $50 a week, if I save that every week, and you can go online and use calculators online. I don't have to teach you the maths behind it, but you can say, okay, and if I get a 3% return and I put this away for how long will it take to reach my goal? And that's called just this basic cash flow projection calculations. And it's what we use in financial planning all the time. What we say to clients is we say, okay, what is your goal? What is your objective? Where do you want to go to? And we discuss that in a lot of detail and over most of the meeting. And then the rest of it is saying, okay, in your exact circumstances, with your risk profile, with how you feel about investments and pensions and taxes and where you are and who you work with, and your education level or your lack of education or how involved you want to be. There's a lot of variables that we take into account. And then we say, okay, here's a plan. You start like this, that's great. And then we review it all the time. And we say, okay, we need to increase it, we're on track, we're not, this is what is happening. Because remember, when you're dealing with assets, the valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday, and what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's a struggle. Yeah. So there are strategies everywhere from £50 a week up to £100 million pounds, and they're different. Right? They range differently from everyone, but and from country to country, to be fair. Different countries have different tax laws, so different vehicles. But from your point of view, at the sort of normal end, I'm not going to call it the low end because I'm in that boat as well. it's as tax efficient as you can get it. That's where you start. You
Right.
use all the tax efficiencies, and then you step up into different things.
Welcome back to the show, and we were talking about pop culture and a lot more about travel today. So we actually gonna be like be up with that. I'm still waiting for the time to actually get the find the time to actually go find a place, because I would love to visit places like where my favorite movies or my favorite TV series have been filmed. Sherlock Holmes is like one of them, and also the other would be Merlin. I'm more of a Merlin fan, to be honest. I find uh, magic in Merlin would be more not just believable, but like it's more kind of my kind of magic. It's like proper ones, and it's not just about a wand. It's not just about anything else. It's about proper magic. Right? I know I'm sometimes, yeah, I do find it weird, but Sherlock Holmes and Merlin have been one of the most sites I would love to visit soon. Right, so when it comes to actually being a part of the, like the Harry Potter place, or even like like in the main hall, or even in the last long in the world of the Walking Dead, even, all right. You would just want to be like, what's it like to actually be in a zombie apocalypse, right? Be at that very center of the stage, okay, very center of it all, like where everything, like you were just surrounded by zombies, right? What kind of feeling would that be? Okay, about over 10,000 zombies just coming at you, right? And you're just going to be like, what are you going to do? Exactly. What are you going to do? So, what would you exactly do when a zombie, about like 100 zombies just coming right in behind you? I mean, like, you just have maybe a few weapons with you, but how long can you hold off for, right? Zombies don't feel anything, as the movies say. Okay, and not that I met one. If I met one, I'll be out of here, right? And I'll actually take on something. Like, I'll actually take my own maybe a weapon or something, and be like, you know what? I've been training for this my entire life. I'm gonna do this. Let's kill some zombies. So exactly. If that was ever the day, if you ever see me, fighting zombies, well, remember I'm living my dream right now. You can also get in touch with us also if you would like to do anything as well on the number 07852473473 as we talk about more about travel and also pop culture too, right? And for who would you have by your side to fight a zombie apocalypse? Well, Aki, I would actually be like, who would I be? Who would I want to have? I guess I would have. Okay, fine. Since I don't have anyone, I'm going to take you, okay? You be by my side while we fight off the zombie apocalypse, all right? Whether we fight or whether we're running, we'll be by each other's sides. And hope you keep up now, okay? Hope you hope you don't have like little feet or something. And if you do, well, hop on. Hop running away. So, yeah. And also, who else would you be by your side? Well, basically, I would make sure none of the zombies by my side. Right? Let's just get out of here. Okay, get out of this. Get out of this world of zombie land. Live our lives, I guess. But more as well. Okay, now we've been talking more about how we can actually be a better. Okay, and how can we be better? Remember that we would have to go through a lot. Okay, actually we would definitely have to go through a lot to actually get to a point where it comes to a lot of healing and also getting that and once we get to that place where we have to like understand that this is life. Okay, this is what we are gonna do, and we are gonna be like, I really wish that like I would have more time right now. Okay, because end of the day, you have to have that kind of money. You got to have the finances to actually build up on a trip. The trip has to be worth it. Okay, whether it's going to be expensive for you on the pocket, but it's going to be worth it for you during the weekend, you should go for it. All right, if you can manage yourself very well, go for it. I would say really go for it, because see, setting up your mind, not just whenever you think like it, but whenever you get the chance to go on a trip like this and have an amazing time. Also be very positive about being like, I'm just gonna be cool about it. All right, I'm just gonna have I'm just gonna be, let's just say that I'm gonna be full on with my work. Okay, full on with everything, but okay, I am going to win. Okay, one day we all have to win, and so we have to travel the world. We have to get our own houses. We have to get our own supplies. We have to get our own things to do. But we are waiting for a life to actually be like, I want this to be a better time to understand that myself, my mind, and my body. Okay, my mind, body, and soul. Let's put it like that. Needs healing, and the only way that I can heal my mind is actually by uh, let's just say it's actually I have no idea, but it's actually basically to make sure that you are one with yourself. Okay, you need to be okay. Okay, you need to be the person that you need to understand very well. Don't always be the person who's going to be like, what, I'm just going to be fine, I just need to get through this. No, whenever you get the chance, go for the healing. All right, do that healing no matter what. Okay, it will depend on a lot of things. Like you will want to be like, want to be I don't want to be this person anymore, I don't want to be that person anymore, I just want to be have something more like, just take me somewhere. Okay, travel the world. I want to travel. All right, I want to see everything about this world. I just want to be like, just help me be free. Okay, help me be free. And the only way where you can be free is travel. Okay, go to other parts of the country, and at least that. Okay, if you if you want to if you want to go abroad, and if you still haven't gone across your own country, I say that's a really big shame on you. Okay, you just have to go and visit every part of the country. All right, how can you visit another country and expecting to see everything if you haven't done the same thing for yourself? Exactly my point, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going for another break as well. We'll see what we can talk about more, but we do have a lot of more things to talk about in this final half an hour. So keep it locked, keep it tuned in for more as we play more and play more times, and let's see what kind of game do we have to play with travel and also pop culture, because they seem to be having the most amazing combination. All right, with regarding to movies, to TikToks, to Facebook, Instagram, social media. And if there is something that you do want to ask us, okay, you can always send us a message on 07852 473. All right, send a message on that one. You can even download the app on Apple Play Store, Apple and Play Store as well. And don't forget that you can even follow us on Instagram, Relaks Radio too. So we got TikTok as well. All right, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and even TikTok. And you can even like us on Facebook, the usual things. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can download the app, and also you can join us live. Okay, the number is once again 7852 473 473. My name is Kyle. You're listening to the Vibe. Okay, and let's see what else we can understand about pop culture and also travel. We are all learning here, so keep it locked, keep it tuned in for more fabulous.
Again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. Why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son.
I want to talk about, how the generation gap, how much it's changed, especially when you check the youth nowadays in comparison, to people back in the day.
I'd say when I was younger, it was more disciplined. Not now.
In comparison to now.
Not at all. Not now. The way things are nowadays, the younger generation, you seem that they can't accept the word no, if that makes sense. They can't
accept rejection, essentially, is all you're trying to say.
Yeah, they can't accept the word no. So if you how did I do? Oh, you didn't do very well. And they get upset. And when I was a youngster, my father used to say to me, because I used to be sport mad when I was very young. Well, I still am sport mad, but like participating in different sports. And if I had a bad game, for example, my dad would say to me, you had one to forget. That's it.
Your dad sounds like a smart guy. I mean, yeah, that's the real fact of the matter, yeah.
He'd say to me, you had one to forget. Get over it. And that was it. So I dust myself down and do it again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. An inquest. Why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son. Or daughter. I've just told them that they need to buck their ideas up.
That's the truth right there. I mean, if you think about it, if you check the generations, like right now in the US as well, I've seen a lot of these things as well. In the UK, you get medals for participation. But what's the point? What are you trying to? Yeah, what's the point? Either you win or you lose. People are so afraid to put that whole notion of losing. When it comes to right now, the generation gap is just crazy. How much a lot has changed. Social media has taken control of our lives, and we don't even realize it anymore. We're crippled because of it.
That's absolutely right, Nick. Because, as you said, nowadays it seems that you get rewarded for failure. For the life of me, Nick, I can't get my head around that. Perhaps I'm just getting old and morbid, I don't know. I just can't get my head around how you could be rewarded for failure.
One of the easiest ways to increase your net worth is to ensure that you have higher cash flows. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to not buy things on hire purchase, not buy things over months and months because you can't afford them now, but you want it. It's kind of that delayed gratification. Rather than buy that couch, that car, that stereo, that computer, whatever item, and pay it off over 12, 24, 36 months at an interest rate, rather invest that money, make do with what you've got, and then after 12, 24, 36 months, take the money that you've now invested and buy that good. An asset could be anything that appreciates or reduces a tax bill. So it could still be a liability, but it reduces their tax bill. And I'm not going to go into the technicalities because that's out of our remit here. However, for our use or our purpose, what we are talking for the listeners here is I would put this definition of an asset forward. An asset is anything that increases your income. Anything.
Now, there's a lot of conversation around who pays more taxes, if it is the rich or if it is the poor, right? When you are basically going out and during a day, you go to a restaurant, you have to pay taxes there. If you buy a car, you have to pay taxes there. So why is it even a conversation that, the rich pay less taxes or the poor pay more taxes? Why is it a conversation like that?
Because it's true, the rich generally pay less tax. A rich person walks into a Tesco's or a Sainsbury's, they're not going to get a different bill than another person, right? They're still going to pay the same VAT on those goods. They're still going to pay the same thing. So that's all the same. However, the differences come in if you can pay yourself from your own company, you can structure it in a way that you pay less income tax through paying a bit of salary, paying dividends, and so forth, and then also deferring income. Also, your pension payments or contributions can be different. So that increases your tax sort of gap, if you want to use it that way. Where a PAYE person just gets paid salary and bonus. And now those are the most highly taxed sources of income in the UK, definitely, in the UK.
conversation around who pays more taxes, if it is the rich or if it is the poor, right? When you are basically going out and during a day, you go to a restaurant, you have to pay taxes there. You buy a car, you have to pay taxes there. So why is it even a conversation that the rich pay less taxes or the poor pay more taxes? Why is it a conversation like that?
Because it's true, the rich generally pay less tax. A rich person walks into a Tesco's or a Sainsbury's, they're not going to get a different bill than another person, right? They're still going to pay the same VAT on those goods, they're still going to pay the same thing. So that's all the same. However, the differences come in if you can pay yourself from your own company, you can structure it in a way that you pay less income tax through paying a bit of salary, paying dividends and so forth, and then also deferring income. Also, your pension payments or contributions can be different. So that increases your tax sort of gap, if you want to use it that way. Where a PAYE person just gets paid salary and bonus. And now those are the most highly taxed sources of income in the UK, definitely, in the UK. We've seen it, right? If an owner of a large public traded company does something wrong, irrelevant of what that company does or how valuable that company is, the stock generally falls into a pool of nothing, right? Because in a public company where the stock is traded openly on the stock exchange, the value of that stock is driven by supply and demand, it's driven by emotion, it's driven by news, it's driven by quite a lot of variables over and above the actual accounting or total net worth of that company. I mean, we've seen it, right? If an owner of a large public traded company does something wrong, irrelevant of what that company does or how valuable that company is, the stock generally falls into a pool of nothing, right? And the company may still have value, it may still be doing quite a good thing.
But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, "You've had one to forget," God, there'd be an inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son.
I want to talk about, how the generation gap, how much it's changed, especially when you check the youth nowadays in comparison, to people back in the day.
I'd say when I was younger, it was more disciplined. Not now.
Comparison to now,
not at all, not now. The way things are nowadays, the younger generation, you seem that they can't accept the word no, if that makes sense. They can't
accept rejection, essentially, is all you're trying to say.
Yeah, they can't accept the word no. So if you how did I do? Or you didn't do very well, and they get upset, and when I was a youngster, my father used to say to me, because I used to be sport mad when I was very young, well, still am sport mad, but like participating in different sports. And if I had a bad game, for example, he'd say to me, "You had one to forget." That's it.
Your dad sounds like a smart guy. I mean, yeah, that's the real fact of the matter, yeah.
He'd say to me, "You had one to forget. Get over it." And that was it. So I dust myself down and do it again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, "You've had one to forget," God, there'd be an inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son. Or daughter. I've just told them that they need to buck their ideas up.
That's the truth right there. I mean, if you think about it, if you check the generations, like right now in the US as well, I've seen a lot of these things as well. In the UK, you get medals for participation. But what's the point? What are you trying to? Yeah, what's the point? Either you win or you lose. People are so afraid to put that whole notion of lose. When it comes to right now, the generation gap is just crazy. How much a lot has changed. Social media has taken control of our lives, and we don't even realize it anymore. We're crippled because of it.
That's absolutely right, Nick. Because, as you said, nowadays it seems that you get rewarded for failure. For the life of me, Nick, I can't get my head around that. Perhaps I'm just getting old and morbid. I don't know. I just can't get my head around how you could be rewarded for failure.
And you are back on the vibe. Now, this one will be the one for it all for the day as well. Now, we are ending the day with also learning about a lot about pop culture and also about travel as well. Okay, so we've been actually talking about where we can go. Okay, why do we travel? Because we need that break. All right, we always need a break to keep to make sure that we get through a day. Okay, this is why we have a lunch break. This is why we have a 15-second break, even at lectures, even for maybe for education purposes, for lecture purposes as well. Maybe after about 2 hours or maybe 1.5 hours, you would get a 15-minute break. You want the 15-minute break for do what? Well, it's either something simple. Maybe online lectures can be so different that they will want you to be like, okay, just go and do your studies. Okay, just go and write this question. That's not much of a break, is it? No, that's actually more stress to the brain. So when when we talk about breaks, we talk about vacation breaks. All right, we talk about vacation breaks with our loved ones, and also we're waiting for a time to actually go and have this weekend getaway with them, and make sure that you for what just nothing else for the both of us to actually be like, okay, let's get away from reality. Okay, let's sleep for a bit. All right, then also let's just get back to some actual good food, and then some quality time together. Okay, we all wait for it, we all want that, and that is what we all need. So when it comes to a lot of things that regarding pop culture and also travel, we want to do both at once, right? Well, maybe we want to go scroll through Facebook at maybe in London. Okay, we want to scroll through Instagram in an outside area. I mean, who knows, right? And it's mostly because of the time. Like it's just where we go, we are still gonna be on the phone, scrolling up and down, to side, and also swiping right to left, also, and then super liking people. Not that I know what I'm talking about, but when it comes to uh, going for a weekend getaway, all right, just a small weekend getaway, where it's very near, much close to London. Right, we were talking a lot about the Peak District these past few days, and how the Lake District's slightly gentler cousin, okay, has loads to recommend now. Pretty Market, and also the Great Peninsula, Norfolk, and also the Cotswolds is also another place. Bristol is also another place where we can also now, if you really want to be in the city kind of view, or even in nature, you can always go to Oxford. Okay, Oxford has a beautiful place to live in, and those dreamy spires are just the start of Oxford's charms. Okay, when you hear Oxford, you know what you expect. All right, Oxford is going to give you. Okay, that's just going to give you a whole, maybe a mouthful, or maybe a whole day full, as well as being an ancient university city with a history in every brick. Now, it's a young, thriving cultural hub with plenty of great places to eat and drink, and also takes off the Ashmolean and the Pitt Rivers Museum, then wander through Port Meadow and the university parks. There are so many ways you can actually have it, because this is like a city between, in right in between nature, okay, and it has this a wonderful, amazing look to it. It has this very how do I say this? If you're a gamer, Assassin's Creed look to it, I guess that would be the one. If you were a movie fan, I would go like the Sherlock Holmes one. Okay, you will feel a lot like Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson in this place. So a lot of places to actually have this kind of place is to be more into it. You can always be like, don't ever, when you're going on a trip, I have some friends who do this all the time. They just put themselves in negativity. They're so negative about things, right? They always want to be like, what if this trip doesn't go right? What if this trip actually just be like, waste of time? And I'm like, what are you doing? Right? I mean, come on, bro. You really want to do that? I mean, you just really haven't even started the trip yet, but you just already want to be in that negative kind of vibe, right? I mean, hey, that person needs a lot of help, bro. Okay, if you can, send them into the mental asylum and make sure that they stay there, or they put them in the quarantine center for 14 days, and then once you're done with the trip, you get them back and then go back home. All right, but if someone's going to put down the member at the vibe, okay, the vibe of everything, then please, okay, do not take that person. It's better to go alone than a person who kills your vibe, right? So when it comes to a point where you want to go travel alone, or even go to places such like the Yorkshire Dales, okay, it's probably the UK's most famous national park, and also for a good reason. The Dales has staggering good looks, and also drama in spades, and also the place just it has that feeling of proper home feeling to it. Even the picture, you can actually feel that this looks like a proper home. And a weekend gives you plenty of time to roam the vast Bolton Abbey estate near Skipton, and be wowed by the Ribblehead Viaduct and the natural also of Malham Cove. And if you can spot the pair of resident falcons, well, then you go for it. Okay, it's all about just walking down the countryside, and also actually having a nice good of fresh air, because as you can see, the trees have not been cut down. They've all been they've been groomed to actually flirt with people while they walk. Okay, it looks like that to me. This picture shows a lot about how well it is and how beautiful it is. But the Yorkshire Dales also have this kind of place as well. Edinburgh is another place, a proper city view too. But then again, always when you're in London, also when you're in the UK, it's not just city, it's also nature together. All right, it's something that always like complements the look of nature with it, right? So please, I hope no one actually does this, and ruins the city and life view. Because see, the city life and also the nature life put together are the most beautiful things. I mean, you can also see a beautiful city at nighttime with the lights on, and have a nice walk in the middle of it. But then again, when you go down the city life, just imagine you also see the mountains, the hills, the trees, and everything that actually makes the whole world beautiful. And even the sky, okay, are all clean, right? Because you have mixed with nature. True, buildings are not supposed to be a part of nature, but then again, it doesn't matter, because like we've lost it. Okay, we've lost all the land, and now what we can do is we can actually accept what, because the buildings are still there. Okay, we need to build more plants around the city, right? We need to be more eco-life. I believe that we need to do that, otherwise we are just going to lose our air, right? People are actually like around the world are fighting for oxygen. We do not have air because the trees are being cut down, because of the sun is being so hot and hot and hot, and that we just don't know what to do, and we just lose our mind. So we lose our air, we lose everything. What do we do? Well, we panic. We are humans after all. We'll all panic, and we are just like losing it, right? We just want to be like, oh man, I really shouldn't have done that. No, you shouldn't have. Okay, I mean, we can't help it now. Most of the eco life has been destroyed by thanks to our wonderful human beings. But now what we can do is, we need to plant them back. Okay, and this time actually leave it on, because if we keep cutting like this, if we keep turning down, bringing down nature all the time, we are going to fall down too. Because like I said at the start of the show, we are a part of nature itself. So what we're going to do, simple, please be some good boys, good boys and girls, and leave the country, and also leave the leaves. Okay, leave the leaves alone. All right, do not even go and try to cut them leaves down. All right, if you do, well, we are just going you're just little by little, you're just ruining the time of the earth. Okay, the earth could be, who knows, this was supposed to be Earth is supposed to be destroyed by humans anyway. With the way things are going, we are losing oxygen, we are losing everything else, and practically losing all of it. Okay, but now we such have so little of it that we need to manage it more often, or we are just going to lose this battle of life in Earth, and we are not going to even work, be so close to Mars even, right? I mean, who knows? Mars will have some people there. What if they come down here? Okay, what are they going to say? Oh, you can't come down here. Earth is closed for renovation. Please, we come back later. We have the coronavirus at the moment. Oh, really? Y'all are still handling that, and y'all going to be like, what? It was in your country. It was in your planet too. Oh yeah, it's a very simple thing. You just stay at home for maybe a few months, and then it's gone. And you're like, oh, that's it. Oh, sorry, we don't stay at home. We all blame ourselves for actually not following rules at the end of the day. But then again, we are humans. As long as we are protecting ourselves, okay, we treat this like another normal disease, but also a very dangerous normal disease, right? This is how what the country has come to. Coronavirus was introduced last year, and also it gave everyone a total break for maybe about 6 or 7 months, or even now people are on breaks. But who knows? We are going through a lot of things right now, but the world has changed. We should change too, but the reason is for the better, not for the worse, because if we are going to change, we are not going to have any nature around us. We are just going to have the ocean, and also building the land full of buildings, and no trees, or not even a breeze or any greenery at all. So that is not going to help us at all. So I don't know. We need to actually take some time for us. So this is why we travel. Okay, we have to see how beautiful not just the country is, but also how beautiful the world is. Okay, we forget by just going to a simple forest or a simple vacation out, just outside the country or outside the city, okay, would change your point of view of the nature, because you see it's so beautiful. Even in the forest, if you just walk down the forest, it's beautiful. You see animals, you see other people, you see birds just flying away, and also they're coming to the pond, and everyone just comes at a certain time in the evening where they're like, okay, it's drinking water time. So even if a lion is next to a zebra, they won't attack it. Okay, it's just drinking time. Then they just go back to their own lives, and if they see the deer outside, or even while the person walks, well, that deer is finished. That deer is gonna be meat. That deer is gonna be dinner or breakfast or even next day's lunch. Who knows? But during that time of discipline, okay, they all, even animals know a time where you should be okay. We need to be calm. We need to be super calm right here. But there's a time to hunt. There's a time to eat, and there's a time to drink. Okay, if animals know that, I wonder what do we know. We do not know much things, do we? Yep, we do not much things at all. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed the show. It's time for me to head out of here, and hope everyone had a beautiful time. Remember, if you really want to travel, you don't have to wait for me to tell you where to go. Okay, you can always just go for places where you want to visit. Maybe something that will actually be very helpful for your budget. All right, it doesn't matter. Just go on the trip, go to a place where you will be very comfortable with, and have a great time. All right, look after your mental well-being, your physical well-being, your mindfulness, your also your make sure you get rid of that depression too. All right, and your anxiety. Okay, those things will not control your life. Stop overthinking too, so in so many situations, and stop, stop basically every negative thought that you can do. All right, just, and if you can't do that alone, then go and find someone who will help you with it, right? And eventually you will get rid of everything, but don't get rid of the person. All right, keep that person in your heart, but remember, okay, that you need to move on by letting go all of the blocks. Anyway, this is Kyle signing out actually, and stay safe and stay blessed. Adios and good night. Sweet dreams.